Ah, the ocean, so vast, so mysterious, so full of terrifying creatures that look like they were designed by a sleep-deprived horror artist. Welcome back for another edition of Fact Frenzy. From fish with see-through heads to sharks that glow in the dark, today we're diving deep, literally, into 15 mind-blowing facts about deep-sea creatures and ocean mysteries. Grab your scuba gear, hold your breath, not literally please, we need you to stick around for the whole video. And let's go 20,000 leagues under the weird. First up, we got the vampire squid. Now, you're probably picturing some blood-sucking fiend of the deep, right? Wrong. Turns out this cephalopod is more into theatrics than actual vampirism. When threatened, it uses its cloak-like tentacles to cover itself, basically disappearing into a puff of smoke. Or, well, ink. It's the only vampire I know that prefers a good magic show to a juicy neck. Seriously, this squid's got more tricks up its sleeve than a Vegas magician. It can even change the color of its skin. It's like the chameleon of the sea, but way less chill and way more likely to give you nightmares. Next up is a fish that puts those X-ray goggles you wanted as a kid to shame. It's called the barrel eye fish, and get this, it has a transparent head. You heard me right, see-through. This means it can literally see through its own skull. Talk about a built-in fish finder. The downside? You'd probably see some stuff you wish you hadn't. You think you're a deep thinker? Well, try living deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Meet the Mariana snailfish, the deepest living fish ever discovered. This little guy hangs out over 26,000 feet below the surface, where the pressure is enough to crush a tank, and here I am struggling to touch the bottom of the deep end at the YMCA. Let's talk about love, or at least the anglerfish version of it. See, male anglerfish are tiny compared to the females, like really tiny, so to ensure they can reproduce, they do something kinda extreme. They bite onto a female and fuse themselves to her body, permanently. Talk about clingy, imagine if humans did that. Honey, I love you so much, I'm gonna latch onto your side and never let go. Yeah, I don't think even the most intense couples therapy could fix that. Ever seen those horror movies where something jumps out and scares you half to death? That's the goblin shark's whole deal, but with teeth. This thing's jaws are like a slingshot from hell. They just shoot forward with lightning speed, grabbing unsuspecting prey. You think you're safe, minding your own business in the deep sea, and then, BAM! You're staring down the gullet of a creature that looks like it crawled out of a Guillermo del Toro movie. You know those picky eaters who won't touch their vegetables? Yeah, giant tube worms would laugh in their faces. These guys live near hydrothermal vents, which are basically underwater volcanoes spewing out toxic chemicals. And guess what they eat? You guessed it, those toxic chemicals. Meanwhile, I eat one-day-old sushi, and I'm writing my will. These worms are the ultimate survivors, proving that life, finds a way. Forget dinner plates. The colossal squid has eyes the size of hubcaps. Seriously, these peepers are massive, probably because they have to see in the pitch-black depths of the ocean. But still, imagine locking eyes with this behemoth. It'd be like staring into the abyss. And then the abyss stares back, and it's judging your fashion choices? Okay, enough with the creepy crawlies. Let's take a break for something adorable. Say hello to the Dumbo octopus, named after everyone's favorite flying elephant. This little guy is about the size of a football and has these adorable ear-like fins that it flaps to swim. It's like a cartoon character come to life. It just goes to show, even the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean have a soft spot for cuteness. Move over, disco balls. There's a new light show in town. Bioluminescent sharks are like the glow sticks of the sea, lighting up the deep with their eerie glow. Scientists think they use this bioluminescence to attract mates, communicate, or even camouflage themselves. Personally, I think they just like to party. Can you imagine a whole school of these guys lighting up the ocean floor? It'd be like Studio 54 down there. Talk about blending in. The hatchetfish is a master of disguise, using its unique body shape and bioluminescence to disappear into the water. It's like the ocean's version of a stealth bomber, except instead of dropping bombs, it's just trying to avoid becoming dinner. Seriously, this fish has been perfecting its camouflage game for millions of years. In 1997, Scientists recorded a mysterious sound coming from the depths of the Pacific Ocean. It was loud, it was low-pitched, and it was nicknamed the bloop. Some people think it was just an ice shelf breaking up, but others, well, they think it was something much bigger. Could it be a giant sea monster, a secret underwater civilization, or maybe just Godzilla practicing his vocal exercises? The truth is out there. Somewhere. Ah, the Bermuda Triangle, the place where ships and planes go to disappear. Or do they? This infamous stretch of ocean has been blamed for countless disappearances, but is it really cursed? Or is it just a case of bad luck, human error, and maybe a few too many pirates? Imagine finding an entire city underwater. That's what happened off the coast of Cuba, where sonar scans revealed what looks like streets, buildings, and even pyramids. Some people think it's evidence of a lost civilization, maybe even Atlantis itself, but then again, maybe it's just a really elaborate SpongeBob SquarePants set. In 2014, Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 vanished without a trace. It's one of the biggest aviation mysteries of all time, and despite massive search efforts, most of the plane is still missing. It's a reminder that even in our technologically advanced world, there are still some mysteries that remain unsolved, and it makes you wonder what else is out there hidden beneath the waves. Off the coast of Japan lies a strange underwater structure known as the Yonaguni Monument. It looks like a series of steps, platforms, and even a pyramid, leading some to believe it's man-made, possibly evidence of a civilization that predates recorded history. Others, however, think it's just a natural formation, a trick of geology. So, is it an ancient wonder or just a really cool rock pile? You decide. And that's it for today's dive into the deep. We've seen fish with invisible heads, sharks that glow like disco balls, and mystery sounds that may or may not be Godzilla practicing vocal warm-ups. If you had fun, or if you're now slightly terrified of the ocean, make sure to like this video, and hey, if you're feeling brave, tell us in the comments which deep-sea creature creeped you out the most. Subscribe for more wild and weird facts, because knowledge is power, and also, it makes you really fun at parties. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode of Fact Frenzy. Until next time, stay curious, stay weird, and maybe, stay out of the deep ocean.